Hello, my name is Johan Falk. I work at Node1, the Scandinavian Drupal company. We do Drupal all day long, and apart from doing Drupal, I also drink tea, bake bread, and have fun. Part of the having fun is making screencast series, and this is a screencast series where you will learn the Page Manager module, a really good module for Drupal. This is for Drupal 7. But a lot of people don't know enough about the Page Manager module. So this screencast series will hopefully change that a little bit. Before watching this screencast series, you should know that I assume that you're a pretty experienced Drupal developer. You should know how to manage Drupal basics, adding fields, managing content types, adding fields to other entities in Drupal. You should definitely know how to use views, including how to use contextual filters or arguments, as they were used to be called, because that's an important part of using Page Manager in an efficient way. This screencast series consists of about 13 episodes, this being the first one, and it covers a bit more than 2 hours of recorded stuff. It's pretty intense, so go back and slow it down if you feel that it's not going well. If you don't get everything and you have to repeat stuff, that's okay. Quick overview of what we'll find in this screencast series. The second episode, the one after this one, will introduce Page Manager. I'm trying to introduce one concept in each screencast episode, but that doesn't really work on the first one, because to use Page Manager at all, you need a few concepts to start with. That is using variants. We'll look at very quickly in the second episode. We'll see how to override the node page, node template page used for viewing nodes. You will see a bit about using contexts. That's a very important part of Page Manager, and also how to use the out-of-the-box variant type that is called HTTP redirect to issue redirect, or HTTP response code to issue redirect on a page. Stuff like that. In introduction with a simple example. Episode 3 we'll look closer at variants and selection rules. Page Manager allows you to have different responses on one and the same path, depending on some selection rules you set up, and you can have completely different things happening for different kinds of users, or viewing different kinds of nodes or other things that you have. Episode 4 to 7 talks about panels in some different ways. Number 4 gives an introduction of using the panels module with Page Manager. Panels is definitely the most important module to use together with Page Manager, but it's not the only one, and I'm trying to make a point out of that. Episode 5 and 6 actually talks about views content panes. That's an extension to views, basically a display type for views that allow you to have views and Page Manager, and in particular panels, to work together in a very efficient way. And that's important to know how to use that. In particular, this is about using arguments and contextual filters in views in a good way. Number 7 is a pretty quick screencast episode talking about some settings inside panels, how to use stuff like visibility rules in panels. That's a good one. Also very important, looking at caching, how to cache your pages and the content in a panel. Right. Number 8, menu items and access control. Page Manager gives you a pretty good fine-grained control over access to different pages, and this is also reflected in menu items, of course, by Drupal standard. If you're not allowed to see a page or visit a page, the menu item will hide, and that's pretty interesting. You can set these kinds of access not only based on what kind of user is looking at a page or trying to reach a page, but also stuff like what kind of node type is being viewed and stuff like that. Number 9 talks about contextual administration. That's a module that you can use. That's, I think, the best example of a non-panels module working together with Page Manager. It's a module that allows you to build some pretty smooth administration pages using Page Manager and contextual administration. Good stuff. Number 10 talks more about contextual objects. Contextual object is one of the really big strengths in Page Manager. You can tie in information from different parts of your site to use them to determine how the page should look, what its behavior should be, who should be able to see it, and stuff like that. In this episode, we'll also notice that there are some bugs left to iron out in Page Manager for Drupal 7. And that's quite normal. I'm using the dev version. I think there's a alpha, possibly beta out now, but it's not stable yet. So if you have time to spare, please help looking at the bugs. Even reporting new bugs is really helpful. So please do that. We'll see. Well, in episode 11, you'll also see that a few more things that is not working correctly, I'm afraid. But you'll still get the concepts of using views as contexts in Page Manager, which is a really powerful way of using more or less views as a query tool inside Page Manager. And you can also break up the view to output separate render elements of the view in for example, panels. Episode number 12 is a short one, showing you how to rearrange the node edit form using panels. Really useful stuff. And episode 13, the last one, is some kind of wrap-up, looking at some things I haven't touched in earlier episodes, such as importing and exporting settings in Page Manager. And you also have a quick overview of some additional modules. Most of them are included in Panels or CTools projects, but I also talk briefly about Panels Everywhere, which is a pretty useful module if you want to build sites using the Page Manager model. Right, so that's it. Welcome to Learn Page Manager. I hope you find this enjoyable and a good learning experience. I'll see you in the next episode. It's tea time. Bye.